Hi everybody, it's Tessa from my pantry. I just got done unloading all of my feed into our bins in the shed, and now I'm left with a bunch of feed bags. And I know there's a ton of ways that you can use them, but when I walked out, I realized that my blueberry patch is a little overgrown. It's time to take care of some weeds. Today, I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can use your feed bags in the garden to repurpose them and to save you some time so that you don't have to be on your hands and knees weeding all day. Plus, you can use feed bags as a way to grow your plants. So let's check it out. For this first part, all you're gonna need is an empty feed sack and a pair of good scissors. So what I'm gonna be doing, or what I already did, was I removed this string and the paper binding from both the top and bottom of my feed bag. So I've got kind of a tube. I'm gonna cut down the side to create one big piece. So now I've got this here. When you put it down on the ground, it doesn't really matter which side you put up and down. I'm gonna probably put the colored part down so that if my mulch moves out of the way, there's not a picture of a chicken underneath my blueberries. But once you have it all the way like this, you're gonna kind of figure out in your garden how it needs to be situated. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be putting this bag around this blueberry bush, which is pretty close to the edge of my garden. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna cut right down the middle, almost like that. So I kind of cut it in half because this part is gonna slip around my blueberry. But I wanna give some area around the base of the plant so that water can seep down through there, because this is not the most able to go through with water material. It's not gonna slip through. It's pretty waterproof, though some water does get through. So I wanna create a space in the middle that allows that water to go around. So I'm gonna be cutting a circle in the same spot all the way around. It does not have to be perfect. No one's gonna see my super exciting cutting skills except for all of you, I suppose. All right, so now I have this, which kind of looks like one of those things that they make you put on at the doctor's office. How funny is that? Okay, so I've got my bag. I've got a hole cut out in the middle, and I'm gonna slip it around the base of my blueberry. And after I do that, I'm gonna get some mulch. So let me go grab some mulch and let's take care of this. I picked up a helper while I was gone. This is my doggy here. He helps me with all my gardening and chickening. So I've got my mulch here, and I've got it around the edge, and I've already taken care of one of them so that we can see what it looks like. But once you get it in place, all you're really gonna do is spread the mulch around it to make sure we're smothering all of those weeds. So I'm just gonna add a thin layer all the way around. Probably gonna have to get another bag. But I'm gonna clear the middle of all of the debris so that it's taken care of and I don't have to worry about anything growing up around the base of the plant. But outside of that, I'm just gonna finish covering this in mulch and we're all done. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna use a feeder to build an actual bag that you can grow things in, like potatoes. So stay tuned. All right, now we're gonna use a feed bag as a growing pot. So I've got a feed bag here. I cut off the top, and this one I cut pretty shallow. If you can imagine, a feed bag is that tall. So I've cut off the bottom third so that I've got a bottom. I did not remove the lacing underneath, and I have filled it nearly to the top with soil. Now I'm gonna fill this one with some seeds of some root crops that I didn't have room for in my garden. But if I was planting potatoes, I would cut the feed bag in half and still only fill it a third of the way full so that once the potatoes start to grow, we can add more dirt. But I'm not going to be adding more dirt for these root crops. This is just a way for me to add to my garden without having to really till anything up when I don't have a lot of time. So I've cut the third. I've got the bottom nice and stable. I kind of did this a few times to make sure that it settles because I don't want this to tip. So I've got it so that it's kind of balanced on both sides and pouched out. And then I'm just going to add my seeds of radishes. I've got some green onions. And then I'm going to line my garden with this. That actually also helps with weed control along the edge of your garden. So if you line up your garden bags right on the edge of your garden bed, then when you're going through and mowing and weed whipping, it's a lot easier because you're right up against the bags rather than some of your more tender plants. So I'm gonna get this planted, add it to my garden, and I'm really excited for this growing season. Make sure you check out some of our other videos on YouTube through Meyer Hatchery to see other cool things you can do with your feed bags. Have a great day and happy gardening. Go that way, buddy. Sit down. Sit down, buddy. Pat, sit down. Pat, sit. Pat, sit.